Martin exposed by Artman, whatever his name was. You see a lot of people say, well, he better stay away from Shakur. Said, basically he better stay away. Pretty sure Keystone said something similar. I don't really put a lot of stock into them fights where these guys be fighting guys they ain't never seen before. This is why doing film is very critical. This is why film study is very, very critical, because you gotta watch these guys. You gotta watch them. You got to watch them. And I don't be thinking these people be watching film when they fight these guys that they ain't never heard of. And then a lot of their level of interest is not there. That's one thing about matchmaking. You gotta continue to put these dudes in a position where, their minds are stimulated. You know what I'm saying? Where they can continue to get up and they know every step of the way when they're moving up, it's a challenge, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, it's a challenge, it's a challenge. Not in a scenario in which, I'm gonna go walk through this dude and that's when they get in trouble. You notice a lot of guys, they end up fighting these lower level guys, like Lipinets fought a Kondo, the guy who had fallen out of, forget where he was from, he hadn't fallen out of his country. And he really beat Lipinets. I think they level interest is like the fans. When it's a nobody, the expectations really ain't there. You expect this to be an easy decision or a quick knockout, reaches progress, and the Chilean dude or whatever his name, Jerron Ennis and Kurt Churkachan, all you doing is putting your A-side fighter in a lose-lose scenario. Because these dudes not getting up for the challenge. These dudes not getting up for the challenge. These dudes not getting up for the challenge, bro. So, and when they ain't getting up for the challenge like the fans is, what was your expectations last night? It wasn't none. So, Artman, whatever his name is, he came in with no expectation. He came in with nothing to lose. And those fighters are dangerous. When you come into a fight with no pressure, nothing to lose, he expected to come in there and get knocked out. And he came in there loose. Now you got some guys, don't matter who you put them in there with, they gonna raise they game. They make it so. Make a goddamn right turn. What is you doing? Oh, these people cannot drive, bro. I swear. The light green in the Metro Detroit area, green means stop and red means go faster. I swear it does. But nonetheless, that just threw me off. You got some guys that don't matter, they just gonna smoke you and get it over with. And wherever you put Shakur in there, whatever level, his level is always gonna be high, as long as he physically and healthy and able. Some guys fight up and down in their competition, and I kind of see that with Jermaine Franklin. The bigger the fight, the higher he raises level. You see that with a lot of fighters. And this is why it's dangerous to overlook these guys that you never heard of. You gotta try to do as much film study as you can, because they come with nothing to lose. So I don't put too much stock in saying Frank Martin got exposed at all. And I'm not grouping Frank Martin with Errol Spence like the rest of some of these other ninjas do. And it's not because he from Detroit neither. It's just because he his own man. Errol his own man. You know what I'm saying? Frank Martin can go for somebody that came came in the game late. Dog can go. So I gotta understand. And he even in that performance, he basically was crippling old boy. He fucked the old boy up regardless. I just think he wasn't prepared for the arky-jerky movement that he was gonna see. And dude looked like he was a little rangy. I didn't agree with the punch stats, but I don't really read much into the punch stats. It's subjective. Somebody at home telling you what landed, what didn't land. But yeah, man, he was accurate with his looping shots. He was accurate with his straight shots. He was accurate with with his straight shots. He was accurate. He knew what to do with that particular style, and when they started the Frank fight, and they fight over there, a lot of them. Once you push them back, it's really them just trying to counter you and break you down and counter you with shots you don't see coming and break you down and hurt you. And then once they hurt you and they wear you down with their durability and their conditioning, then they do what they want to do. Early on, if you don't allow them to do what they want to do, they fine with that because they feel your conditioning gonna drop off, their power eventually gonna catch up with you, and they gonna finish strong. And you know the saying says, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But there's another saying that says how you start is usually how you finish. Or how you start is usually how it's gonna go. You notice he walked right to him, and that's what you gotta do. When they in that high guard, they can't see those looping shots, bro. That high guard that they fight in, that shield, it's great for coming forward. It's great for coming forward. But once you back them up, the reason why it's not so great on the back foot is once you back them up, they not in position like they are on the front foot to deliver. It's more of a desperation shot. You seen it with Abraham and Anthony Durrell. Once you push them back with combinations and you loop against and the critical thing about fighting those guys too, they come into the high guard, you able to put them on the back foot. The most critical thing about putting them on the back foot is going around their guard. They can't see you around their guard and splitting it with the uppercut. Even if you got an aggressive fighter on the front foot, like in the high guard, the uppercut is the key. But like I said, you just can't be looking for the uppercut. You got to come around, you got to loop around their guard. Even if you don't throw to land around their guard, you just want them to catch with their guard, then come back and split the uppercut. My boy Jarico Quinn did a little bit of that on the undercard of Frank Martin and on the undercard of Alicia Bumgarner and that Christina girl. He did a few times. He should have did it some more. But yeah, that's how you do. You Google even if they closing the gap on you with that high guard or they on the back foot. And in my opinion, it's better when they on the back foot because they not in position. They not on balance to deliver. And that's what happened with Frank Martin yesterday. He was trying to get his head off the line. He tried to slide the line. But old boy knew exactly he was throwing where his head was going to be at, if you notice. Very, very good fighter. He was throwing his head. He knew Frank was leaning to the same side, so the shot would be Frank where Frank was leaning to. So Frank had to watch out for the looping shots and the straight shots. A lot of guys don't have both. And that's why, when Frank was trying to go to the left or to the right, trying to dip to this left or to the right, Arteman was already in position. This punch was there. A lot of Derrick James fighters, they breed themselves on durability. It's durability, power, and conditioning. They're durable fighters. But the one thing that the dude should have did more last night was go to the body. When you got somebody that's durable and they got great chins, rule of thumb is go to the body. That's how you get those guys. That's the rule of thumb. Bang that drum. And you dealing with somebody that got great conditioning, just bang the drum. Do it early, do it often. Bang the drum. Bang the drum. Do it early, do it often. Girl, come on, move out the way. That's what I say. Bang the drum, do it early, and do it often. Trust me. That way he ain't able to step it up during the fight. But do I think he got exposed? No. I think his level of opposition, I just think he wasn't stimulated last night. He wasn't up for that fight. And look how, people trashed Regis Prograis. Jerron Ennis's performance. He came back and everybody jumped back on his team again. These dudes be thinking, oh man, look at this dude easy. I ain't got to watch him. I ain't got to take him serious. He come over. He ain't never fought outside of Germany. He ain't never did this. He ain't never did. And he came out there and he put a 187 on the undercover cop. Yeah. He did his thing. I would like to see more of him, but that type of style, ain't nobody going to fight him. Only reason Sandor Martin in the mix because he beat Mikey Garcia. That's why. That's why he in the mix. Because he beat Mikey. But yeah, I don't think Frank got exposed. I just think Frank expectations wasn't there. I just thought he come in and he was old boy was gonna roll over. He was gonna roll over. That's what he thought. He was gonna get an easy dub. No. Just my opinion. So, but could he be Shakur? Could he be Debbie? I don't know. I favor those guys, Lomachenko and stuff, but he cracking though. He punching. That could change everything. So, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Link tree, the first link in the description. Peace.